Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Motivate Me Monday. My name is Cindy, and I am with Tie Dye Butterfly, and we are a group of faith ambassadors here to spread God's good word. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about stubbornness. Do you know anybody who's stubborn? You have anybody in your family, your friends that are really, really stubborn? How about you? Are you stubborn? So I wanted to talk a little bit about stubbornness because one thing stubbornness it comes from a source of a feeling that we are maybe trying to avoid or trying to hide from or trying to push away. But something that doesn't feel right to us makes us really uncomfortable. And so there's three different things that I found in my years of coaching that are really prevalent for people who are stubborn. Either one, they are they are trying to fill a hole in their soul, right? So there's a hole in their soul. They don't know what's wrong. They know that there's something missing in their life, and they're searching and pursuing everything to find it. And they won't stop at anything until they find what that is. The other thing that we do sometimes is we hide behind a wall of pain. This type of stubbornness is when we're like, I don't want to deal with that issue or with a situation. I would just rather stay in this because I already know how it's going to come out. And so I'm not willing to try. So I stay here in my own comfort zone behind my wall of pain, and I'm not going to come out um, and let that come up for me. So that's the second way. And then the third way we end up having a lot of stubbornness is we know that we should be doing something, but we don't do it. For example, we should be being kind to people, but there are some people it's really hard to be kind to, right? And so when we find ourselves falling short and not being kind to them, and even though we know we should, that's part of us being individually taking responsibility for how we're going to perceive and act in our lives. So no matter what they're doing, we still owe it to be the kind people that we are supposed to be. Usually, stubbornness is dealing with an underlying feeling that we are trying to hide from, that we are trying to search for, or that we are trying to avoid. And so it's really when we dive into why we have those feelings, that's when we can kind of break through our stubbornness. So if you know people in your life that are stubborn, I encourage you not to judge them. They too are trying to fill a hole in their soul or hiding behind a wall of pain or trying to avoid something that's been a contingency of anger or shame or frustration for them in their lives. And so it's really important for us not to judge other people when they're being stubborn. When we have other people in our lives that are stubborn, it's really easy for us to judge them by their actions. But we don't judge ourselves by our actions, we judge ourselves by our intentions. We know what we intend when we're avoiding things, but we judge others because we don't know what's in their head. We don't know what they've been through. So it's really important for us to give grace to all our human friends and family, to give grace to everybody, no matter how stubborn that they are being, or maybe it's you that's being stubborn. So I encourage you to kind of assess your daily life. How often are you having to avoid a feeling? So God started calling me about a little over 7 years ago to be a faith ambassador for him. Although at the time that he started calling me, I was nowhere near ready to lay down my job and say, I'm going to go out and work for God. I was not near as trusting, have as much faith and confidence, and there was so much I was going through. In other words, I was being stubborn. There's no way he's calling me for that. There's no way God wants me to be a faith ambassador for him. There's no way he wants me to go out and be somebody who talks to other people about their faith. And here I am, and I just never in a million years, I was out of my comfort zone. I was like, no way, that's not going to happen. No, you know, and that's what I mean about being stubborn. Sometimes we just want to fight that and just say there's no way that could be. And it's hard to have faith and to trust in something um, so much that you would actually risk things, to take chances on things like that. But when you do get out of that mode, and when you are able to step beyond that feeling that's keeping you stubborn, that's keeping you feeling searching for whatever hole you have in your soul, or that's keeping you stuck behind a wall of pain, or that's keeping you from taking a risk and jumping out and trusting in something. Whenever you find yourself in that moment, then that's the time to really dive into having a faith and a trust and really going to God and going internal and going within to really talk to God about whatever situation it is. Dive into that feeling that you're hiding behind. Dive into the things that keep you stubborn. That's the way to break free from all the emotional traumas that we can have in our lives, the chaos that comes up all the time for us on a daily basis sometimes, until you start getting on a path of of least resistance, right? Then that kind of daily constant feeling of and chaotic feelings really can come up and take you off your track and keep you stuck and keep you playing small. Again, never thought I would be here speaking about having faith in a God, in a higher power, in Jesus Christ who came to this world to save us. I never thought I'd be here doing this, but here I am, and it fills my cup. It fills my cup. So we're searching for things that fill our cup, and I hope that you can take stubbornness off the plate for you. So keep coming back to learn some more here, and until next time, keep practicing peace in your life.